Caroline. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are building an Italian villa in The Sims 4. We're building this in the world of Tartosa, which is the world that we got with The Sims 4 My Wedding Stories. This is going to be a two-story home. It has 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. I actually built this house kind of weirdly because there's like 2 stories to it, right, which you're kind of seeing me do now. But so there's like an upstairs which has all the bedrooms, and then the downstairs which has all of like the living area. But there's a staircase to go upstairs in the house, and then also on the outside, which I thought was pretty cool. I did use a reference photo, so if I remember, I will put that here right now. But you can also see it's kind of annoying. In the right hand corner, you can see the like recording, how it's like recording like the button. For some reason, it recorded with the footage. So it's slightly annoying. It's only in like the first like couple clips. It'll go away after a while. But you can maybe see how long this actually took me to build. 'Cause it did actually take me quite a while, longer than I was expecting. I had built this over the course of like several days. After I sped it up, which I sped this build up by 5, I was sitting at like 36 minutes of footage. I ended up cutting out like 13 minutes of it. There were a lot of pieces of this build of me being like indecisive and me not knowing what to do that I cut out. Like for example, me like this fence right here, right? I was being really indecisive about, didn't know what I wanted to do, so I cut it out. The floor plan I cut out again because I was just being indecisive, and it was very frustrating this whole build. But yeah, it was kind of annoying, but I love this house. I think it turned out really good in the end. I really like it. It is up on the gallery if you do want to download it. My gallery ID is Caroline Lucas 11. But we're just kind of getting started on the outside here. I used this stone from, I believe it's Horse Ranch. I don't know. We did just get the brand new Adventure Awaits expansion pack, which you should be getting a build probably next week from me about that. If you guys have any suggestions, I was thinking about potentially redoing the Camp, not Gibby point, or like Camp Gibby. It would be the build where your Sims for like the romantic getaway would go on. I'm currently playing the very veggie legacy challenge, and my Sim, it's eggplant generation. So her name is Jean. Right, she's over at the romantic getaway, trying to find a boyfriend, maybe question mark. But she's playing at it. It's really ugly, and I really don't like it. So I really want to do it, especially because I think that whole like romantic getaway aspect is gonna be great for that kind of thing. Also, for like, the not so widow challenge, it would also be great, and the 100 baby challenge. Like really, any challenge that requires for you to like get with a bunch of dudes, it's great for. But we're just kind of getting started here on the outside a little bit. I was super indecisive with the windows and the doors. I ended up using this front door for the basement. Or I guess it's not really the basement, like the downstairs. It's actually from Enchanted by Nature. I love this door. I think it is so beautiful. Right? For a lot of this build, I used a lot of Enchanted by Nature, especially for like the outside. Like the fence that's on the upstairs is from Enchanted by Nature. So I used a lot of, Enchanted by Nature, Horse Ranch. Adventure Awaits, for the first like half of this, we didn't have Adventure Awaits yet, but for like the second half of it, I did. I don't think I really used many, if really any, Adventure Awaits in this build. Obviously a lot of My Wedding Stories. For the backyard, definitely used Perfect Patio, and then one of the like outside kits. We have so many kits, I forget at this point what kits we have. It's a lot to keep track of, right? But we are kind of moving inside now. We did just get the floor plan all figured out, which I did cut out some of because it was, again, a lot of me struggling with this build. But I love this build. It is so beautiful. Sadly, it is not a limited pack build, though. Maybe the one that whenever I redo, not Camp Gibby, but like the other romantic getaway, maybe that one will be a limited pack build, because I kind of want to do one, because I think it'll be like a fun challenge. But if you have any ideas for any like limited camp or limited pack builds, please let me know. Another cool thing about this house, as you'll see, is how the living room is sunken in a little bit. I thought it was like a great, like, maybe not like an architectural detail, I don't think is the best word, but it did add a bit of like, again, not structure, but it did make it kind of different, and it did really help the layout come through. right? So the living room and the kitchen area are all sunken in, and it definitely did add a bit of like shape to it. We are kind of moving outside now, but I definitely cut out some of the landscaping, because the landscaping again, me just being indecisive, is like the core, is like the point of this whole build. I did definitely use a lot of debug landscaping because it's cheap, it's affordable. This house is not cheap by any means, right? It's supposed to be kind of like a, maybe not luxurious, but like a vacation home maybe. It would be a great home for maybe like the night before your wedding, you get, the bride and the bridesmaids here, right? But I did decorate it like it kind of was a family home. So my like idea for this home was that it was a man and his wife. Right, the man's, I don't know what he is. He's probably, I think he does something within business, and the wife is an actress. I don't think she's like the most famous actress in the world, but she's pretty famous. And then they have two twin teenagers. One of them is super artsy. Her room is super pink. It's very decorated. She's into arts. She has an easel. She has bookshelves. And then the other one is also into music, but he is like super dark. Kind of, I don't say goth is a good word, but he's just kind of like emo, I guess. So his room is really black. It's black and green, I think, is basically the color scheme. Right, so my idea for this home was that maybe this was their like vacation home that they came to like during the summer, and maybe they were staying at it right now, and then they have maybe a nicer home up in like Del Sol Valley where they're there for year round, but since it's like the summer, this is where they were staying at. But we did kind of move outside a little bit. I put a pool in here just because it's again summer luxurious, but they are right by the coast, so they can also definitely go swimming in the water down there if you wanted them to. But like a pool, it's nice, and I had a lot of space to kind of cover up, so it made a really good use of the space. Put in some pool loungers. They're gonna get like a little gazebo area, like a little dining area out here. They're just gonna get a lot. But anyways, how's your guys' week? Last week was homecoming for me, and so it was a pretty busy week, right? We had the homecoming dance. This year's homecoming theme was Country Roads Take Me to Homecoming, which I'm not gonna lie, was kind of a bad theme. Like, I'm in student government, right? And so we were suggesting themes for our like male pageant, which we put on every year, which is like student governments kind of thing. And I suggested Western because you want something that's pretty broad for that. Well, they decided that not only is it a good theme for Mr. Timberwolf, which is what the pageant's called, it's also a good idea for homecoming. So the whole Spirit Week was like country theme. We had like Denim Day, we had like Wild West Day, city versus country kind of day, and then we obviously ended the week off with Color Wars, right? So like the freshmen are a color, sophomores are a color, juniors are a color, and then seniors are a color. I'm a junior, so our color was navy, which is a pretty fun color, right? Kind of sucked though, and the dance was not good at all. I'll say the DJ sucked. Like, respectfully, was a bad DJ. But I will say, the homecoming football game was pretty cool. Right, I'm an ROTC, and so we did a sword arch for it, and the sword arch ate because we were in our dress uniforms, and it was just so pretty. I loved it so much. But also, our commanding officer and our executive officer won homecoming king and queen, so that was very exciting. Like, we were on the field and we had to keep our composure so badly, so we didn't start like just cheering and screaming for them, even though we really, really, really did want to. It was fun though, and I really enjoyed the homecoming game this year. We also got tasked with a giant 30 by 60 football flag to hold on the field during the national anthem, like before the band went out. So we got to hold that too, and that was pretty fun. But we did move outside. We are just decorating this little like exterior dining area. I did try to put a grill out here, but I struggled with it. I don't remember if I kept it in though. And then there's also like a little bar area so your Sims they can get some drinks. That's some fun stuff. It's definitely supposed to be a very nice, luxurious kind of home. But also Taylor Swift's album came out last week, which is so very exciting, right? It's called The Life of a Showgirl. I don't know if I have a favorite song yet. They're all really, really good, especially because I know that the album's been getting a ton of backlash saying that it's like boring and that it's really nothing new. I'm sorry, I think this is probably like my favorite Taylor album. This one in 1989 and Reputation are like all competing for my number one. I guess some of my like favorite highlight songs are like The Life of a Showgirl's really good. Father figure, actually romantic. The Fate of Ophelia. Like, I cannot decide on a favorite song either. So it's like, I love the album so much, right? I'm not listening to it right now. I'm currently listening to Mamma Mia, which is also a great soundtrack. If you have not seen Mamma Mia, you need to go see Mamma Mia. And I feel like me talking about Mamma Mia is very fitting for this build, right? Because Mamma Mia is set in Greece. Well, I did say this is an Italian villa. Italy and Greece are pretty, like, architecturally, they're kind of similar in a way, right? But Mamma Mia, I live and I breathe Mamma Mia. We did Mamma Mia as our spring musical this past year. I loved it. I was an ensemble. It was great. But I'm currently listening to Under Attack, which I'm so mad because they did not put Under Attack in the movie version, which I think was a missed opportunity. So I would have loved to hear Amanda Seyfried do Under Attack. Like, I'm sorry, that would have been so pretty. And I'm seriously so offended that they did not do that. But anyways, we did move on to the kitchen area. I just used these cabinets from base game. Again, I was very indecisive with the ones I was going to do. I was going to originally use the Jungle Adventure ones because they were still this like beige kind of color that I wanted to use throughout the whole house. But I just didn't like them. They looked weird. I think it's the handles. There's too many handles because there's 4 sets of handles on a singular drawer. Which, I'm sorry, that is ridiculous. Also, I don't like this island piece because I don't understand what the Sims team obsession is with putting cabinets on the other side. Like, in my opinion, that's not very realistic. Like, that's where you put like your seasonal stuff. So like your seasonal china. So like your Christmas stuff goes underneath of there, right? But kind of the way that I would think in my head, like, cause like in our island, we have the cabinets are on the side towards like in the kitchen kind of area. So I can put like, we have like towels in one, and we have like our pots in one, and our pans in one, right? And it's a ton of space, but that's just very inconveniencing, I think, right? I did definitely clutter up this home again. Imagine like it's summer with their teens. They're all pretty busy. Like, I would imagine like the girls probably like out like running around somewhere and doing whatever she wants to. But I definitely love the interior of this home because it's so warm and it's so cozy. I think it just looks beautiful. Also, sorry for like the sudden like lighting difference. For the first half of this, I didn't realize that my reshade wasn't on. So I did just pop on my reshade, and I think it looks so much better. Like, honestly, like with this thumbnail, I was sitting here, I struggled. Like last night, I was trying to make the thumbnail, and I just could not, cause there was just something about like the lighting and stuff. It all looked just so weird, right? I took it with reshade, without reshade. I took it during the morning, during the afternoon. I ended up deciding on doing morning with the reshade. It was a whole thing. And then I still went in and I like edited the picture and stuff. I think I added a bit of saturation to it, and I also like made it brighter. But that's kind of what I decided on. But we're working on the living room area. Again, with the couches, I struggled. Honestly, this build was just me being indecisive, genuinely. I also love this little like cubby situation. It looks like it came straight from IKEA, which I love. But if you guys have any ideas, I definitely want to build like a classroom where I kind of want to redo the high school in Copperdale, but that's definitely going to be a very like big and kind of like daunting task. So I'm kind of like hesitant to do it. But we're just kind of decorating. Definitely cluttered up this boat a lot, right? The parents' bedroom really isn't that cluttered, but my idea with that is that they don't really spend a whole lot of time up there. They kind of just sleep there, and that's really it. Like, something with the dining room, I didn't really clutter it up that much. Because at least, like, with me, like, we don't use our dining room unless we have, like, people over or it's, like, a formal thing. Other than that, we just eat, like, on the island or on the living room. But kind of just cluttering up right here. And then, yeah, I did cut out all of the bathrooms out of this home because I just did not need bathrooms, really. Again, I was trying to cut this thing down because I can talk for 20 minutes. I cannot talk for 35. So, another reason why I'm kind of slowly don't want to do Copperdale, like redoing the high school or redoing the romantic getaway lot. Speaking of Adventure Awaits came out last week. I love the pack so far. The gameplay I think is really, really fun. Longevity, we're gonna kind of have to see how it works out, because I don't know how easily I'm gonna be able to throw in like a romantic getaway into my build. But I think I've seen ways that people are using it. Like, I've seen ways that people are using it to make like custody schedules, which I think is really cool feature. Um, which I think is super awesome to like throw in there for some gameplay, for a bit of like realism. But we're kind of just working on the dining room right now, just decorating it, getting it slightly cluttered up a little bit. Again, love the dining room, just love the colors, love how like warm and cozy it is. Very comfortable. Um, I I just love this building in general, right? I don't think I can talk about it enough. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for new builds, please let me know down below in the comments section. But we also did just get a brand new kit. It's called the Autumn Arrivals, I think. I might make it like a YouTube short on it. Cast really isn't my thing, right? But definitely do want to maybe play around with it a bit. I think it'll be great for the carriage generation because from what I've seen, it definitely has a lot of like orange swatches, which I think is great. But we are kind of moving upstairs now, just throwing a bit of clutter in here. I did put one of those standing pianos up here. I think that's from Growing Together, if I remember correctly. But yeah, again, very like homey, I guess was kind of the vibe for it. Trying to find a line between like homey and like vacation, right? Because while they're obviously not spending all of their time here, they're still spending a great deal of time. So yeah, so I ended up putting the standing piano in this little like nook right here for honestly kind of all of them. Like the daughter could use it, the son could use it, the mom could use it. The dad might not be using it as much, but you could definitely still be using it. I just kept cluttering it up a little bit. If you guys have any ideas for even like the Adventure Weights pack, I might do a limited build probably next week, right? Probably should be like Adventure Weights. We might build like a home or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I am moving upstairs now into the parents' bedroom. Not a whole lot of color in here. It just didn't make sense, right? I really like to keep the master bedroom in line with like the rest of the house. But if I want to like throw like a color in here, it didn't make sense. But I think it'll be great for the Adventure Weights pack. I think it'll be great for a lot of legacy challenges. Like, I'm sorry, I'm loving the Very Veggie Legacy Challenge right now. I did just build my eggplant generation, did just move out, right? I mean, I say move out, they kind of just moved into like her apartment, right? But I do currently have her on a romantic getaway right now to find a man or a woman, right? She's bi, so she can date whoever she wants to. So I think is a recommendation for the eggplant generation. Can help her out a little bit, right? Because she has the villainous Valentine aspiration trait, but then she's also a romantic guru. So she wants to like fix people's relationships and she wants to destroy them, which I think is honestly kind of a very funny oxymoron, right? Oh my gosh, saying oxymoron reminds me that I have to go finish writing my English paper after this. Whenever this video is exporting, I'm probably gonna go finish writing it. Because for my English 101 class, we're doing a paper right now. It's a literary analysis. I'm doing mine on symbolism and setting in the belt and how it connects to the theme of replacing relationships with technology will have like negative consequences is like my thesis, right? It's by the Velt. It's about the Velt from by Ray Bradbury. Goodness gracious, I cannot speak. But I need to go finish writing it. It's 4-page essay requirement. I think I'm at like I think I'm like halfway through page 4. So I just have to go and throw like another honestly like a couple more quotes in. We have to have 10 pieces of evidence. We also have to use Thomas Foster's How to Read Literature Like a Professor essay, or his textbook, I guess, textbook novel, something like that, to help just to kind of tie it in there, right? So I'm using chapter 25. It's my symbol, and I'll cry if I want to. It's the chapter's about the reader having to dig deeper in order to be able to find like clues to be able to determine what the symbol is, right? So I'm talking about how you have to like dig through. So one of the things in the belt is happy home, and I'm talking about how the reader has to put past the fact like the name and how it looks perfect from the outside to kind of see the fact that it's caused problems within the home. It's causing more harm than good. Right, it's a really interesting kind of topic, right? I'm having a lot of fun with it though. I'm enjoying it. Like, it was kind of sad because I was sitting in our class uh Wednesday, and I was in the groove. I was like writing it, and then we had to stop because the bell rang, and I was like, darn. I was so mad because I was doing so good and I was such in like the groove. But we're currently working on the teen daughter's bedroom. Pink is just like the source of this room. It's pink and it's patterns. It has a theme, but it's also very chaotic, and I love it. Right? It's honestly a small bedroom, which I prefer doing smaller bedrooms in this game. I think it just honestly looks better, right? To It makes it cluttering it up easier. Because I think bigger bedrooms, you have to put a lot more stuff in it, and at some point it just looks like jam packed with furniture. But this is honestly a good size one. So she gets an art easel. Excuse me. So she gets like an art easel. She gets a bookshelf. She gets. I ended up putting like paint splatters all over the floor. Honestly, this room just looks great, and I love it a lot. And I ended up putting this like little pillow in this chair here. The chair and the bed and the nightstand all came from high school years, which are honestly perfect for this room. But I cluttered it up. I put some stuff on the wall. She get some paint cans, put like the paint splatters on the floor. Me personally, if those were paint splatters on my floor, my parents would have killed me. But anyways, we did just move on to the teen son's room. Originally, his room started off as like blue, but I didn't end up changing it to be black because I just really wanted it to be not depressing, but I did want it to be kind of dark. Right, but he has a lot of like the music stuff. So he has the like the music mixing table from Get Famous. Yeah, so he has that. He has a speaker. He has a guitar, a mic stand, stuff. Just he can be very like musically inclined. Right, I think they're all kind of not autistic like I almost just said, but they're definitely all very artistic, right? They probably get that from their mother. Honestly, I don't think their dad's like that involved. I think it's mostly their mom who's around. Right, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you guys like, subscribe, comment, and share. You can definitely download this build off the gallery. My creator ID is Caroline Lucas 11. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys all in my next build. Bye, all.
I can't see the issue. Yeah, believe me, I need to keep myself in line, but I don't need to kiss you. Hey, we can make it tonight, baby, that's just fine. Don't know what I'm doing, feel like I am going crazy. Keep it down. You look good, you know it. I can tell you're soaking up all of it now. Hey, hey, listen to what I say. Let's get to it and we won't tell nobody. Yeah, we won't tell nobody. Hey, hey, listen to what I say. Let's get to it and we won't tell nobody. Yeah, we won't tell nobody.